beg your pardon.
I got a fist full of whiskey, the bottle just bit me. We got 'em lined up, shot down, firing back, straight crown. Took it like a time bomb, drinking till the night's gone. Get your hands off of this glass, last call my ass.
Okay, going back to some old school stuff. Smile Money is like, hey, I remember the days when you used to actually have brew babes, not just an excuse to look at. Yeah, so what are we looking at today? Well, I got two things from 1840 Brewing. This is the Retro Double IPA, unfiltered double IPA with Echinot and Tullus hops, weighing in at 8.7. It's a small batch. This is bottle 676 trillion. Keep cold, drink fresh. And then I picked up their triple, which this one has Mosaic, Strata, and Lotus hops, and it weighs in at 10.7. We won't be doing both of them today. This is NIHAP but not approved. Okay, it looks like an old school twist off. Thank God it's not. Let's use, let's dig into the arsenal of stuff. No. Screw him. No. Gotta go with old school. With the, yeah. Oh, except for it's a smaller, still works. That's why it's awesome. Okay. Also, technically the wrong glass, but it's okay. Oh yeah. Oh, look at how nice and orange that is. I don't know. Like it matters. Just like my liver. Lord knows that's not the case either. Definitely that I'm getting pineapple and tropical fruits forward. Again, it's unfiltered. Cheers, my fellow insane people. Very smooth. Definitely starts off with that wash of pineapple fruitiness. I don't think Stephen Bush would like this. Not really getting. There's kind of a dead spot, and then it kind of finishes off with kind of more of the same. Staying strong with the fruit flavors, not really ending with a bread or a biscuit finish. And as strange as this is, for a double IPA at 8, I mean, I'm not getting any booziness, any burning, and shut up. Hang on, let me fix that. As strange as this would be, as I would actually, I would put this in a category for somebody that, if they saw it, was kind of hop curious. It's definitely not a heavy hitter as far as what it's. Oops, there we go. Please turn that down a little bit. Okay, so I have to start by apologizing, because I know a few of you get all giddy when I open something and I'm like, what the hell? I believe it or not, I order myself some shit every now and then. So I'm expecting a package, and so I opened it, and it wasn't my package. Thanks who sent me 200 packets of Cholula hot sauce. I mean, if anything else, I can say this makes it convenient to bring to work with me. Even, Lord, I don't forget, put a couple in my pocket. I mean, I've had this quite a bit in the past, and it's okay. I mean, it's not terrible by any means. I'll have to Best Buy. Oh, look, it expires the day of, but the month before my birthday next year. So I have less than a year to use up 200 packets, which probably won't be a problem because when I use ketchup with fries, I usually go through 8 or 9, 10 of those packets. I don't know if I mentioned or not, but I did find a buyer for this. Now I know he knows that I can give him a ribbing and I can take it back, but I just like to point out that the conversation went something like, I don't really need another AR, especially an AR pistol, but you know what? I'm just trying to help make Eric's dreams of getting his VMAX a reality. Okay. So then he hits me up with, what's your lowest, the lowest you'll go? Yeah, well, if you were helping me make my my VMAX dreams come true, you'd buy me the VMAX and then take this as a pittance of an offering, versus, by the time I pay Samantha off, I might have enough to head up, or to go with you up to Kendall's and pick up some sockeye salmon, which we are going to do. I mean, it is a little cutie, though. I mean, again, this is exactly what, well, not back here, because back when Alice came out, it was just a tube. We were still, begging our government for shit we shouldn't have to. Oh man, I'm getting lowballed. I should put the trigger back in here that was in here. I would recommend that you start working on your finger before that happens, though. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure where the future lies for these two guys. This one is just over the top because it's a DRG manufacturing full. It's a DRG manufacturing rifle. The only thing that's not DRG manufacturing on this guy is the trigger, and this happens to be the Hyperfire, the best of the Hyperfires. They're 3-gun. It's just unbeatable. Like I said before, when John Huber says, "Hey Eric, if you want to put the best of the best in your AR, you're going to go with Hypertech." So, that says a lot. That says a lot when the trigger guy is the one that tells you what to pick up. This is the rifle that I built to find out about what a 5.56 is capable of. And again, that Hyperfire, They're just incredible, incredible triggers. There's not a better trigger on the market, flat out. Nobody makes a better AR platform. If it wasn't for the fact that I promised myself that I wouldn't diddle with the JP, now I think you can actually get this in your JP if you order it now. I have the roller, the Revolution trigger and the JP, and it's a good trigger. I really can't overall complain. This is just the better trigger. If I rolled back in time and this was available when I had mine built, I would hands down go with it. But this is about as packed full. You know, usually when I do an AR build, I go with Palmetto State. Palmetto State, I don't really know if I've ever seen anybody rip on them. I mean, they may not have full-on over-the-top shit like DRG Manufacturing, handguard, even that muzzle brake. I just think it's badass, and it works really good. I mean, even John Huber looked at it and he goes, I would expect that one to work okay. Okay, I mean, John's a very honest guy. So we got a DRG brake and barrel, and their handguards are just simply the best. I don't know what they coat them with, but it's definitely a lot of love, and they're very light. Then it's got the color changing bolt carrier in it, and it's slickerish. This is the one that I have, the Armaspec Silent Capture, kind of a similar design to the JP and how it works. Then of course the Luth AR adjustable. It's their one that you can actually get that, you know, you don't have to have it set up like my other one. The one that's on the 24-inch build is a fixed. This one is actually, you can just buy this and put it on your buffer tube. Again, probably one of the best. Again, I would probably have gone with this on the JP versus the UBR from Magpul. I've had nothing but problems with it, and Magpul's idea of helping you out is, well, you can send it back, and if we deem that it wasn't something you did. Really? Don't you sell your shit to go to war? Yeah, Magpul is just sometimes, I mean, good stuff, don't get me wrong, but I'm a big believer in customer service. And of course a real set of MBUS flip-ups on this, because the scope, I have it on a American Defense mount, and it's got the quick releases, so if something happens to the glass, I can take it off and go to flip-ups. And of course, everything that I do is always with the Hogue, the grips, ambi controls. It's just it's a fantastic gun. If I do elect to sell this as a means of helping me get a Yamaha VMAX, this would get me. I would honestly have to say that if someone actually knew what this was and they had a VMAX and they were interested in a Second Amendment swap, this should get me most of the way to the most expensive VMAX that I have looked at up to this moment in time, and I'm not even kidding, because you're talking about a lot of money just in the glass on this. The only difference between this scope and the one that's on the Mosin, I paid $1,800 for the one that's on the Mosin. Yeah, that $89 rifle. The difference is the Mosin has the has a lot better reticle system in it. This is just your typical, where the Mosin is all packed full of if you know how to use it, which I understand it a little bit. I'd have to like sit down with someone like John Huber and understand, you know, basically you can look through the one that's in the Mosin and the one that's in the JP, but then again, the scope that's on the JP, I should be able to do an even trade for most of the VMAXs I've looked at. Not the most expensive one, but yeah, the scope on the Mosin and the scope on the JP are just over the top. But you know, this was still a pricey scope. Hang on a minute, I gotta turn the fan on. There. Okay, let's get into some comments. Wow, Salty stood as the last comment. Harmarsh, hey Brewbomy, was the first on the Redemption bourbon. That was some pretty decent bourbon. I'm not going to dump that bourbon into either one of. I've got that Skull. That's the best of the best. I've got the other Skull, which is the middle of the rest, and then I have another one over there that just kind of gets shit dumped into, and I just don't want to throw it in the trash. You know, when everybody gets together and mingles a little bit. I like where her head's at right now. Sub comment from Poco says Harmarsh Ninja, and then he says stupid autocorrect. Poco Loco 360p screw tube hates freedom. Well, you know, depending on when you look at it, when it just gets uploaded, you get it you get it. You know, instead of waiting for it to fully mature, it just starts out. It starts out at lower grade. But by the time, see, you were 20 hours ago. Sharky says it's 7:20. Well, he was 5 hours ago, so that's the difference. Gunwild says, third bitches. Oh, by the way, I didn't get a strike over at Captaindick Nozzle, but I put up 2 videos about truth, and they pulled one down almost immediately. It's just, you know, how can people make a fucking decision if they want to be injected with this bullshit non-vaccine? When you're not allowed. You know, oh my God, heaven forbid you should have a contrary point other than the marching orders from Hitler. I mean Biden, same thing. And Fauci, who, wow, you know, you follow the money, and maybe some light bulbs will go off. I'm gonna change the name of it and try putting it back. I mean, I don't really care. If you cannot speak the truth, and of course I appealed it, and I said, oh, so what YouTube believes in is communism. You want to stifle the truth. I go ahead. Instead of just some pussy cop-out thing about how it broke community guidelines. Really? It broke community guidelines. I would actually play it for you right now. It's actually off of one of those alternative networks. The one that's still up is Biden insists people won't get sick or die, and it's from OE.
Dreaded Delta variant of a mild cold sweeps through the nation. Democrats are salivating at the prospect of locking Americans up in their homes once again. Of course, there are more serious cases, as with the common cold. But now most people coming down with the Delta variant are reporting either mild symptoms or no symptoms at all. That includes the super spreader Democrats on the flight from Texas who didn't social distance or wear masks or take any precautions at all. You know, like they demand that the rest of us do. Again, do as we say, not as we do. It should be the new Democratic slogan. To promote his new draconian vaccine mandates, mumbling Joe Biden took to the stage with CNN propagandist Don Lemon on July 21st, where he made some truly remarkable
Two
statements.
retards on
Remember,
one
at the start of the
stage.
pandemic, officials high and low warned us that asymptomatic people were the most frightening cases of all.
If you actually want the opportunity to actually, view the truth, the other side of it, I would go do a search for OEN network. It's an alternative site that's being blocked and censored, and obviously I put this video is still actually live on Captaindick Nozzle. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to change the name of the video and put it in my editor and change once it's been edited, I'll shorten it. It'll change the algorithms. Maybe I'll give it a name like transgender love, and I like putting things in my butt. Make that like the name of the thing. And I mean, I really don't care. If I got to the point where all the places that I could be here on YouTube got shut down, I don't care. I mean, the time that I spend hanging out with you guys, again, I've made the comment, when the shooting crew gets together, the most fun of the entire week that we hang out together is not out at the range. It's back here in the backyard, sitting around the barbecue and the fire pit and busting each other's balls and having a good time. When you're out at the range, you're wearing a headset and it's like, yeah, here, shoot this. I mean, yeah, like for instance, as it turns out, I have guests this weekend. I wish I had, for two of you, I wish I had one more bedroom to ease the cost on things. I mean, I have an extra air mattress if you guys, actually there's a mattress and an air mattress that we could set up in the basement, but all I ever hear is, oh, I like to run around naked and touch myself. But I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, if it was just me and not Christine, because I'm not gonna offer some shit up that will come back to haunt me. I would offer up my bedroom and I would sleep in the basement. But I don't think that'll fly. So, but again, I try to help because if you're coming all the way up here to hang out for the weekend. The money that you're wasting at the hotel, you could be spending on Colorado beef jerky and sockeye salmon for the trip home. Salty Shellback says, naked? There's a shock. Harmar says, of course you are. And Salty says, it's a gift. Harmarsh, nothing is wrong with the camera you are using. Poco says, except for it's out of focus on the desk and the oversaturation to the left of the wall and the white balance could use... Yeah. I know, Poco. If you have a problem, send me one that would, take an image that you would prefer. Otherwise, I'm a guy hanging out in my fucking basement drinking a beer. At this point in the game, I'll go with a Hillary Clinton. What difference does it make? This is by far the best one. This one does everything better than anything I've used up to this point in time. Now, Stephen would point out that it probably, my Note 9 would probably give it a run for the money. I would not use the S20 the S20, the biggest amount of damage to that entire phone is the back display. The back display definitely has some issues. Now, I have not, maybe I should, Steve, I have not tried uploading or making any videos and then uploading them with this guy. I think, yeah, there's no issues on this guy. The Pixel 4. And again, like I said before, I kind of went back to using this. I'm sorry if anybody out there is listening from Samsung. I will not in the future spend the word would be waste my money on a Samsung product. The little endeavor of all of the phones that I have tested in the last 6 months has taught me that the one that I thought would probably be, actually the one that I thought would probably be the worst was the and I used it for like 3 or 4 days and decided that I didn't like the lagginess, I'm drawing a blank. They're still a player in the market, but they're like down there. If I again, I've made the comment, if I like won the lottery, because I will fully listen to NIHAP, because the difference between the best of the best and something that's really great is there's a big spread in money. The brand new, if you went with a flagship phone, you're easily going to spend $1,000 or more. And then if you finance it through your phone company, you might as well just plan on almost doubling your money. I mean, for sure, an extra $500. A whole phone, a whole decent phone is the money that you will waste. But again, if I won a lottery and I could just run right now and just go buy anything, it would be the One Plus, and it would be the 9 Pro, or whatever is available at the top of their line, because the one that was in, I don't know if it was in the middle or the bottom of the line, the Nord N100, that was a really nice phone. And the only reason that I don't still have it as a backup is because it did not have wireless charging, and yes, for me, that was a deal breaker. I realize for some people it's like, oh, all you have to do is plug it in. Yeah, well, you know what? It's my nighttime phone. You can come up with whatever reasoning that you're okay with a plug-in phone. Great, keep the shit to yourself, because for me, it was a deal breaker. My sister's phone was destroyed, and I hooked her up with that one, and she could not have been more appreciative. And it made me feel really good that I was able to do something nice for my sister. Now, if I didn't have like 4 phones sitting that all I have to do is put the SIM in and just update them and go rocking and rolling with another phone. If I didn't have any of those as backup and I had to buy something right now, it would be a Google Pixel. They have the 5 available right now, and by the end of the year, the 6 is going to be out, and like full cost is like less than $700. Most of them are somewhere between $400 and $500 for one of their phones. And again, I think, for me, I think this is a better phone than what last year or the year before was a flagship phone from Samsung. The buttons are laid out opposite of a Samsung. I find it to be more intuitive. I mean, the bottom 3 are reversed for a Samsung. The side buttons The volume is on top of the power, and I find that reaching and finding this in the dark or in my pocket or whatever is so much easier. Not to mention my the spook phone, the de-googled phone is the 3, so it is an identical layout and size to this guy. This just has a better camera in it. I should try, Steve. I should try using this and maybe recording a brew review or something with it, and just see how it compares. But the Note 9 takes a pretty damn good video, and it had a good camera in it. Speaking of that, this was an unopened box for this flip camera. I could not get it to go into the USB port down here, but you know what? It went into my computer just fine. Unfortunately, it goes in like this, so this is how it hung all night long, charging. Little red indicator right there said it was charging, and every video I watched, including the directions for this, say, press that button, that's the power button. I've tried to press and hold this button until my finger went numb. No matter what I do, it does not turn on. And it's kind of bad, because Christine saw it and she goes, hey, we can take that on our trip when we go out to John and just use it to, you know, like document the thing, and you could bring your tablet with, and when this fills up you could drop it on, or just plug it right in and dump it onto the tablet. I go, yeah, sorry, doesn't work. And before you techno knobs send me information, if you look very closely right there in the threads for where it mounts to a tripod, you'll see a little tiny hole. That is the reset button for it. So if you take like a paper clip, or I've been using the SIM card tray remover, you press it in and you can feel it click, and everybody was saying, oh, when the camera doesn't work, you just reset it. I held it for 7 seconds, nothing. I held it for 10 seconds, nothing. I held it for 10 seconds and let go. I counted the 10. I put it back in and I held it for 10 seconds and I let go. I put it back in and I held it for 10 seconds, because one guy said I did it 3 times and I was able to get it to start. Well, it's too bad, because the battery took a charge, and after goofing around with it, I suppose yeah, I don't know what the deal is down here, but that, oh, there it goes. The red light is on, showing that it is again taking a charge, but it won't power up. It still has the screensaver over it. The box was sealed, so I don't know if it was just sent as a gag gift or something that I was expected to actually use, but unfortunately, brand new in the box, dead. I mean, they haven't made them in years. Me and Harmarsh were talking about it. Steven, 13 minutes, 31 seconds, like watching Biden stick to a script. I don't know what you're talking about. Clyde, 6th, Whiskey and Revolution for all. Okay. I'm game. Do we have some Paul John, 3 different flavors. Ardbeg, 1 flavor. 4 different flavors of Bruichladdich Octomore. I think I'm actually gonna have some Octomore. Don't judge. I'm hanging on to the 10-3. One of my weekend guests. I think we're gonna have a wee bit of each. But you know what? To this moment in time, one of my favorites of the Octomore is the 9.3. And I would challenge, you know, I'm not going, hey, I got a bottle of 9.3. Well, when when you have somebody that evidently searched the United States and couldn't find one, but found one in the UK, thank you just doesn't get it done. Not to mention, I could probably sell the 4 bottles of Octomore and buy a VMAX. 62.9%. A product of Scotland. Super heavily peated Islay single malt Scotch. Message. If you are an Islay Scotch snob, I would search the world over and anything in the Octomore lineup. Now there is definitely subtle differences. Again, I've made this comment before. The thing that bums me out the most is that the 11.1 comes in a black bottle. So there's going to be that really disappointing day that the last shot is poured out of it, and it'll be like a little bit of a surprise. The heaviest hitter is definitely the 9.3, 62.9. If we go from 9.3 to 10.3 to 11.1 to 11.3, you get 62.9, 61.3, 59.4, and 61.7%. Clyde, you want to call my shit out? I'm hoping that you're raising a glass of something yourself. Actually, all of you. I would like to make a little toast. Life is short. Keep your family close. And if you want to consider me a friend, keep us just as close as family. Because there's so many of you that I don't consider friends anymore. You are part of my family. And never, ever forget the fallen. Not only the men and women in our military that have made our freedom, and God hope that we're able to keep it, because it's becoming quite apparent that freedom is not just something that you can take for granted. It's looking like we're going to have to start taking that freedom back. And for me, I will never, ever, there is not a day that goes by that I don't think of Ed Morris and Scott. Ed and Mr. Holster, you will forever be missed by me. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Oh, NIHAP. It is. It's like 2 surges. One surge heads, you can like feel it tracking through your body, and then the other one kind of goes to your brain and was like, hey, how'd you like that shit, huh? Small money? Range? You go to a range? Nah, well, actually I've been out shooting more this year than I was last year, Smile Money. But again, if you want to go shoot. I hope everybody gets out there and they enjoy their freedom, because unless we start putting our foot down and saying fuck you and your mask, screw you, you're I hear September, Harmarsh. I'd be happy to have you chime in on this. Christine was notified by her family in Canada that the vaccine is going to be mandatory, or at a bare minimum, you have to continuously get tested if you don't. Wow, I have to say, I am sorry for all of you people in Canada, because I hope you have the balls I mean, Australia didn't have the balls to keep their firearms. Canada, for the most part, you're shit out of luck for firearms. But Australia is really starting to push back when it comes to no, I will not take your non-vaccine. And I hope Canada, I hope you do, and I hope that shit doesn't come ashore here, because it's gonna be a bloodbath. If you want to try to argue with me, and I'm waiting for a few people that I know, and actually, Smile Money, I'm not referring to you, so you can settle the hell down. I'm waiting for it to be an argument with a few people I know that have already gotten the jab. Here's my number one reason. Fuck you. That's why. This is the United States of America, and you're going to be told by your government that you need to have some mystery fucking shit injected into your body. Again, I feel sorry for everybody that, you know, it was either do it or lose your job. And, you know, that is an unfortunate thing. Thing is I now know a shit ton of people that went, you know what? I've been doing this for 19 years. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing this for 21 years. Sayonara. And I hope all of these companies pay the price. Like Stephen Bush pointed out, they demonetized one woman and she shot up fucking YouTube. What is gonna happen when people are turned away and fired from their jobs because they should have control over their own body? I hope it goes by the way of, again, read between the lines. If I could put a GE minigun in the back of my truck, I'd probably consider it, yeah. By the way, I never did double check this batch of stuff, so we could be in for a real treat if we haven't been already, because I haven't been paying attention to all of them. Gunwild says, sub-comment, it's an annual event. Smile Money says, laugh out loud, ammo is obtainable, affordable is a question. Then again, it's cheaper than Eric's Peat Moss Scotch, which disappears as fast as a mag dump with a rare breed trigger. Yeah, that's great, though, but Smile Money, if you or anybody else wants to be fucked in the ass by the gun industry right now for the price of ammunition, no, I refuse to line somebody's pocket. When the price of a small primer is more than the whole goddamn round used to be, you can lick lefty and righty. It's not gonna happen. I refuse to buy 22 ammo when it went, hell, for me, to this moment in time, I have never paid more than $9.99 for 500 rounds of anything other than mini mag. And I won't do it. They just don't get my money. Smile Money, did you have one of those Shackley shakes again? I have at least one a day. I supplement my breakfast with a shake, and I thought I was going to have one for dinner tonight, but Christine wants to make Philly steaks on the grill, which means I need to get out of here. Smile money. No, you and Matt said that Fauci's wife, NIH, did the testing. Did not say that the company testing and FDA systems was faultless. I don't. Matt was talking. I whatever. Fauci is a fucking liar, and the paper trail leads straight from the virus to him telling you need to get the jab. So yeah, again, this is America, and I am praying for everybody that I know that has taken this, because I fear what is going to happen on the next go-around of flu. Why all of a sudden is the government so interested in what you need to take? Hey, if I'm the fool, I'll be the first to admit it, but I don't do a vaccine shot. And I'm certainly not doing your non-vaccine shot. It's not a vaccine shot. In no way does it compare with a vaccine shot. Vaccine has nothing to do with your DNA. Smart money? Exactly. Salty is not Air Force. Like you said when you... Didn't Scourge, what's really good? Not reading the comments. Rich Huff, cheers all, top 20. There's a go-getter. Smile money. Man Cave Vikings said inside job. Was there alcohol involved? Special ed, says Gunwild. I would have to say that about the only time Miles ever drinks is when he's over here, and he tries to keep a stash of blue on hand, but it's definitely not going down as fast as it could be if I was helping him. Our Marsh, beautiful brew babes tonight and some very cool cars. Gunwald says you're welcome. Most of the babes with the cars were my contribution. And Harmarsh says, I figured as much. Most of the babes I sent Eric with the bikes. I'm a biker at heart. When I get a motorcycle, I want to ride across Canada from coast to coast, then go down to the States and ride. There's only one club I'd rather consider joining, and that's the BACA, even though I wear and support, read more, the city's 81 cap a lot of the times. Well, Harmarsh, if you get a bike, come on down here. We'll go riding, because I will. My goal is to have a VMAX by the time the snow falls, one way or the other. Gunwild, without a doubt, Joe Biden is the worst president in history of our country. Yeah, he is. What I'm getting sick and tired of is the lies. There is no accountability. If somebody says something, I mean, I've already gotten a strike. I got a strike over here because you will never, ever convince me that 90 million people voted for a fucking retard. And now, if you were a part of that agenda, I hope you're real happy with I mean, in the first 7 minutes that he was a president, he penned away more American jobs. If you don't see what Joe Biden is doing to this country, you're not touchable. You are uneducated. You cannot be. I mean, Styx was it Styx? No, it was, Are You Ready For It? She was saying that they were over tweeting, I stand behind Biden for what he's done in Afghanistan. Oh, good. Oh, good. I guess you like dead Americans, because we don't even know what the real number is. It's certainly not what the White House is pointing out. So, if you have lost somebody And again, this whole, well, it's Trump's fault. No, you're the fucking president. If you don't have the balls to have done something different, I mean, again, like I've already pointed out, you were more than happy to adios the pipeline and all these people that probably most of the people that were working on it, because they lockstep, they do what their union says they should do, probably voted for you, even though even that I know isn't true. Of the people I've talked to, the biggest group that shocked me is the amount of union people that said, don't particularly care for Trump, but I'm seeing a lot of lies being propaganded and pushed. And when you actually use this thing in this general area, when you actually use it, you will realize how much bullshit there is. And the thing that's most discouraging to me is the amount of people that I know that are extremely intelligent and yet repeat lies like, oh, Trump was a racist. Biden is a racist. I mean, he's constantly caught. If it wasn't for the fact that, you know, the media is all on his side and it's all a propaganda and you are so easily manipulated and want to believe the bullshit, well, I guess, again, there's nothing I can say that will change anything. If you're not smart enough to do the research on your own, just like with the non-vaccine, then you can't be reached. I'm sorry, you cannot be reached. Sub-comment, Salty says, I think the Democrats will take the statement as a challenge and find someone worse. First Carter, then Obama, then Pedo Joe. See a pattern here? Gunwald says, giggling camel toe will be next. And then Salty says, yep, the trend continues. Well, again, she's only in politics because she sucked dick. Clyde says, A8. A8 is a miss. Smile money. The entries that most follow the HIPAA regulations covered in titles include health plans, including health insurance companies, HMOs, health company plans, and certain government programs, and pay Medicare, blah, 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 blah. It does not mean that the store owner cannot ask you about vaccines. Well, you can tell them to fuck off, which I've had a couple of people tell me they have. Now you do not have to tell them, but they are not breaking the laws by asking. Smile money, I just want to throw this out there. You'd be surprised lately how many times I've been asked if you're actually a plant for the government, which I know you're not because we talk. I'm just saying, Smile money. Vaccine do not change your DNA, change my mind. It's a DNA inhibitor. It's a DNA inhibitor. It's not a vaccine. Okay. Smile money. Eric, there was a QAnon that had lots of conspiracy theory believers. Wasn't one of them. Harmarsh. Jeremy Hopper is pretty good at picking locks. He also put a video out on how to get out of a zip tie handcuffs very easily. Might have to look into that. Tardisius, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Another good movie quote. Harmarsh, F6. F6 is a miss. Cobra, Lunchbox Joe just stole our lunch money and the media covered for him. Yeah, they did. Can you imagine if the total debacle of COVID and Afghanistan happened under Trump's watch. Oh my God, we'd have 24/7. We'd have the guy hanging from the helicopter that Biden gave the Taliban. You know, I watched the video. Certainly looks like a naked guy in a noose. And yet, oh, it was fact check. It's not, and it was funny because the fact check was like, we fact checked this and it's not true. And then there was no proof, no substantial, this is why, this is what it really was. No, there was none of that. Just, we fact checked it and yeah, we're just going to tell you that it's not true. Let alone the fact that the Taliban has been left with all of our stuff. Pedo Joe Biden, the Biden administration, it's okay for our sworn enemy to have full auto, select fire, but oh my God, if an American citizen has it. Okay. Gun oil. H1N1. H1 has already been called. I don't know who called it, but there's a miss sitting in H1. Zeus. Texas is a constitutional carry state now. Hee-haw. Let's party. Zeus. Remember when Joe kicked his rescue dog so hard he broke his foot and had to hobble out of the basement all drugged up, wearing just one clown shoe? Laugh out loud. Oh no, he's a great person. JP reporting in for the Shark. Oops, you dribbled. I'll get that. JP reporting in for the Shark ZF6 channel. Redemption is very good bourbon. With an E. Laugh out loud. Then he says there's a joke there if you can find it. Oh no, it's very good. It's excellent. No, I'm not gonna dump this into the. Hey, let me guess. It's Lily. No, it's Jeremy. Watch this, Jeremy. I pressed the screen. The caller's being screened. Hi, the person you reached is using a screening service with Google and can transcript of this call. Go ahead and say why you're calling. Anal lube?
Yeah, specifically strawberry flavored anal-ease.
Hey, I have some for you.
Yeah, I bet. It numbs my tongue. And it tastes good.
Hello, Eric.
It's not like Ambisol, where it tastes like shit, but it numbs your asshole.
Hello. Hello, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're going to be nice to me after the first time saying, oh, I didn't tell you to speak.
I'm like, don't get me to go back to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you doing a brew review?
Yes, I am.
Well, that is unfortunate that I've had anything to talk about besides anal-ease.
I've never seen that button before, so every time I see a number that I don't know, I've pressed it and they've hung up. So the whole screening thing, I thought it was pretty funny though. It's
pretty funny.
Is it a voice? Is it a girl's voice that you hear?
Yeah, she goes, you are being screened by Google. Please announce why you're calling. And I was like, analies, that's why I'm calling. And she's like, okay, please wait to be connected.
And that,
she's really nice,
And that's when it popped up. It said analies. I'm like, well, I have to accept this.
I gotta answer this shit. Alright,
Yeah.
well, I won't make this too long. I was watching your last review, actually, so no, I just wanted to confirm that we're going to be there Sunday morning.
Yeah.
That's it. I couldn't get a room for Saturday because it's Labor Day weekend, so. Otherwise, I'd be there Saturday, too.
Well, I have an air mattress in the basement.
Who's sleeping on the couch, Jules?
Jules is in the Star Trek room because that's what she was promised.
Yeah.
And Jolson slipped in before. Well, Jolson has been on board for I think 6 months. All I've heard about is I'm going to be there for Labor Day. Who's going to be there? And I go, you're the only one. He goes, you got to be kidding me. And I go, no, you're the only one. So.
Yeah.
But
I could sleep on the couch. I'm down for Saturday. I just couldn't get a room for Saturday.
Air mattress is fine.
Yeah, but it's on the basement. You know how that fucking basement smells. It smells like Christopher.
Hey, if you want to put the air mattress in the living room, I don't care.
Well, I don't want to fuck Christine all up. She already texted, are you coming or not? What days? No. So, no, I don't care. I mean, I want to let you and Jolson and whoever shoot on Saturday, and then I'll be there Sunday, which is going to be a fucked up deal. I'll be there Sunday morning, and then I'll leave Monday morning. So that's kind of a...
Fuck Jolson. I don't even like that guy. You should just come up Saturday.
No, but
I can edit this out later.
Yeah, I hear you. No, I like Jolson. He's got that, pretty woman look to him, supple mouth.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my balls look great on his chin, and I know yours did. There's a video to prove it.
Yeah. We'll have to publish that later.
Yeah.
I'll take it off of unlisted.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
No, seriously. You guys want to come up sooner? There's a fucking air mattress, or the couches. Christine won't care.
Yeah. No, well, the thing is the shooting. That's what the thing is when I talked to Jolson, he said he wants to shoot early morning. And early morning to me is before 11. Well, realistically, me getting there before 11 is kind of a tough shot. Get up at 4 a.m.
Hey, he's not the fucking boss of me.
Well, I don't care. I'll get up and fucking drive Saturday. I don't give a shit. I've slept on many couches. I'm going to be sleeping in Texas on a fucking fold-out, so that's not that big of a deal. It's just the thing is it's Labor Day, so everybody's all fucked up and the booking's all fucked up.
Hey, just think about this.
Joe Biden's not my president?
Yeah, Joe Biden is not my president. I may or may not have already alluded to this scenario, so if you're able to deal with an air mattress or the couch, that is more money for sockeye salmon.
Nice. Hell yes. The couch is perfect. I'm good with that. I'll bring a fucking blanket and sleep on the couch. I sleep on the couch 90% of the time anyway, because I don't like Caitlin.
Hey, shut up.
No, I understand.
Yeah, so, alright, cool. Well, then we'll just plan on Saturday. I'll try to get there as early as I can. Hold off Jolson as long as you can. I'm not bringing nothing. I'll bring my FN 509 so you can snip on that bitch for a while, my suppressor maybe, and I'll ride it through with you guys. Or I can follow you to the shack or meet you there or whatever you want to do.
If we can put everybody in one vehicle, better yet.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yes.
Fuck. Hey, more cowbell for this scenario.
Come on, mute.
Here's one my ears.
Sorry, Tardisius, we don't respect cowbell all that much. I mean, I like cows with bells, but when you're wearing headphones,
Oh, yeah.
So, alright, cool. Well, I don't want to fuck up your rear view. I modified my rear breed trigger today, so fuck you, AFT and Joe Biden. I'm gonna run it. I actually took it out and checked the spring, and it was a little bit kinked, so I fixed that and did the rear breed trigger modification. And now I'm going to be ready for some rock and roll with a full auto suppressor, all that shit. It should be cool.
Yeah, I did a rare breed modification too. It's called 60 round drum, bitch.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. No, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the overreaching ATF. I have a rare breed trigger, and I love it. So eat a dick.
Yeah, I told you what I thought. I was scared. But no, I mean, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't. After hearing all the experts and what I'm listening to, I wanted to take mine out and look at the spring and all that shit, and I did. And it is a little kinked, so I'm getting some new springs from a good friend, Mr. Jeremy over at the Dead Winter channel.
Yeah, that fucker told me that he had some extra springs, and I never heard anything back.
Alright, well, I told him I wanted a bunch, so I'll bring some, or I'll send you some when he sends me some. If he sends it to me, that son of a bitch.
I know. He might be one of the 145 people that watch this shit, so, Jeremy, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to keep hounding him. So, yeah, no, I actually did what Rare Breed said not to do, and I drove the forced reset dongle pin out and carved her up a little bit, put it back in, and man, I can see how that definitely does make a difference. So everybody that watched my Rare Breed video, yeah, the spring does get kinked, but not too bad. It wouldn't have stopped running, you know.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't about to do the modification before it failed. So when it failed, as you know, I had a small struggle. I wasn't about to I wasn't about to start grinding on the trigger, but yeah, I had to make a minor modification to my. Yeah, that's why that trigger's never coming out of that gun. Yeah.
Well, if you ever need anybody to modify the fucking trigger block, you know the guy that can do it. I got a fucking bunch of tools to do it. It was kind of a pain getting that pin out of there, but I got it out, and man, it is. I can see where the relief cut on the Rare Breed, it helps that spring out. But to be 100% honest with you, the spring that they put in there is like the cheapest, dirtiest fucking piece of shit spring you could possibly buy. So I can see why people are having problems with it. The spring that's in there is it's not even stainless or nothing. It's just a piece of shit little spring, you know.
They pulled it out of a Bic pen.
Yeah. They were like, yeah, well, this fucking Bic pen spring works. Opened up and bind.
I'll have to talk to you further about this later, but I was kind of hoping that you could get that spring out of there without taking.
You can. The two pins, the trigger pin and the hammer pin, they fall out. Once you take I don't care. I'll talk about this shit on camera. Once you take the trigger pin out and the hammer pin out, which they fall out, you don't need to drive them out. You don't need any bullshit. People tell you that they have to come out a specific direction and all this bull. They come out either way. I'm a maintenance man. I mean, I was like, oh, they say they can't come out this way? I'm going to try to take them out that way. And they pretty much fall out, and once you get that out, that little, the dongle, as I like to refer to it, which is a definite technical gun term, the forced reset dongle, you can push it forward, and then with a pick or a screwdriver or any little sharp object, you can pull that that dongle spring out. And when you look at it, you're like, this is definitely out of a Bic pen. I really like that analogy. I'm going to have to start using that on my channel.
Yeah, well, I watched a video where some dude's like, well, it failed after 30 rounds.
Yeah,
well,
no.
Right now, I had a 60 round dump, 4 30 round dumps, and J-Dog did 1 or 2. So,
yeah.
I
almost had 1,000 through mine. On camera and off camera, and the spring was just a little kinked. I'm not talking about like failure type kinked, but when you look at the spring, if you ever take it out of there, you're gonna go, holy shit! Who the fuck? You know, you look at the trigger, and the trigger is designed so well. the housing is really, really milled really well. The trigger's good. And then you pull that spring out, and you're like, who the fuck? What engineer decided to put this in there? So I actually did the relief cut. I just took a carbide, and put it in a die grinder and cut a little relief cut out of there to give the spring a little bit more room.
All you gotta do is just give it a little half moon.
Absolutely, and that's what I did, and it looks good. I fucked with it all day, I oiled it, and I'm going to put the bitch back in. So when I get my suppressor that's full auto rated, and it doesn't change the cyclic rate of an AR, which is the OSS Helix Titanium, I'm going to test it. I'm going to put it on my channel. I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what people think.
I tell you, the ATF is going to lose this one. Everybody. I mean, people that used to be part of them are like, it is not. As a matter of fact, it goes like, 2 steps beyond. Fuck them,
With the locking bar, so that's the actual technical term of the dongle, is the locking bar for the trigger. And if you take it out and actually fucking play with it a little bit, you could see that you can't even squeeze that trigger without that locking bar pressed, and I knew that. But I'm gonna protect the future here on B&E Brew Reviews. I'm gonna tell you that Rare Breed's gonna lose the case, and that's me. I know they have ATF experts, former ATF experts, high-ranking ATF experts. They have the guy that's co-owner of the company is a high-ranking lawyer, but like the owner of the company said, in a civil case versus a criminal case, it's different. In a criminal case, which the Rare Breed's not in a criminal case right now, they're in a civil case only. In a criminal case, the ATF has to go more by the definition of full auto. So they have to go directly towards the lingo of full auto, the definition. Now, in a civil case, which Rare Breed's in right now, they can kind of go to other people and interpret the law. They can interpret the saying or the lingo of full auto. What's the definition of one trigger pull? Does it go into, I didn't feel the trigger reset, so that's not more than one trigger pull. And just like the CEO of Rare Breed was saying, he's not willing to go into a criminal case because the win-loss ratio is good, but if you lose, he's going to prison for life. And he looked directly into the camera and said, I have kids. I have a family. I'm not, he didn't say, I'm not willing to risk all this for this trigger, but he kind of alluded to say that he doesn't think that they're going to enter into a criminal case. They're going to keep it in civil court, which means the ATF can kind of fucking go whatever, interpret however they want. Whereas if they did go criminal, they could really hold the ATF's feet to the fire, if you would, and hold them to their definition of a machine gun. So, and I'm not trying to be a downer on people, but I think they're gonna. I personally think that if it doesn't go criminal, if it stays civil, I think they're gonna lose the case. But I don't give a fuck.
I won't change anything. I'll stop talking about it, but fuck you, I'm not. It's never leaving me.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have mine close, but you just got to remember there's a difference between you and me and a lot of other people out there. Some of us, we have to shoot at public ranges. You can drive out into the middle of the woods and shoot at a hunting shack, and that's what makes the difference. Bless you. Caitlin's sneezing. She's allergic to my bullshit. So I won't make this any longer than it needs to be. I'll wake up early Saturday morning and fly up there. Is Jules there?
She'll be here on Friday.
Oh, okay. Because you were talking about maybe Wednesday.
I thought that's what she said, but she'll be here Friday.
Cool. Well, I can't wait to...
Don't say nothing. We're going to surprise her.
Yeah, like that's going to happen. She watches the brew reviews. So, I can't wait to shake hands and kiss babies. But if I don't make it for the shoot, if you guys decide to leave before I get there, just leave. Fuck, I'll just hang out, and like I said, I'll drink wine with Christine and Jules for a few hours till you guys get back.
Yeah.
Well, you and Jolson fucking hit up the. Well, is Matt's going to the range too, right?
I more than likely he's working. I don't know. He works overnights now, so.
Yeah, holy fuck. I couldn't imagine having another range session with Matt. I like Matt, but 4 beers and it's over. Holy cow. So anyway, hi everybody at the B&E Brew Review channel, and I'll talk to you hopefully Saturday. If anything changes, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Alright, boys and girls.
Alright.
Catch you later.
Love you guys. See you Saturday.
Sounds good. Bye.
Bye. Gunwild, an hour and 26-minute review. It's Matt's fault. Cobra, one reason I still carry my LCP Gen 1, virtually no sights, but it's a close-up self-defense gut gun. It does have enough sights that if you practice, you can achieve some decent distance, but it's a 380, so shout out to 9mm short boys. Salty, if you watch any of the videos where the victim is armed and the dirtbag attacks, usually don't stick around when they hear pew pew. Even a 22 will make a decent self-defense gun if that's all you have. I personally would use my ninja skills to subdue an attacker before I draw, but that's just me. That's a good move. Cobra, 100% agree with your concealed carry philosophy. In Wyoming, we can open carry or conceal carry. Constitutional carry, no license needed. But I normally carry conceal unless around the house for comfort. No reason to advertise. Be the gray man. Although sometimes I see legit cowboys in Walmart just open carrying like a boss. Boots, hat, wheel gun, and a leather holster. I'm like, hell right. No, again, it's supposed to be the United States of America. The government was never ever supposed to tell you what you could and could not do, especially firearms related. If we could bring the founding fathers back to clear this all up, there would be a lot of liberals hanging in a tree. And Mr. 27, I'll give you, Trump would probably be hanging right there if he wasn't able to understand the lesson that the Second Amendment is the Second Amendment for a reason. This whole, well, we should take the guns and then, then worry about due process. No, fuck you. You should never take the guns. That's Trump's biggest fuck-up. I don't know if I could ever get over it. Because when I vote for freedom. And that freedom will always be achieved by us being able to kill them. This isn't like something, oh, you shouldn't say that. Our founding fathers gave us the guns to kill a tyrannical government. We have never been in a situation where locked and load and take them out is more granted by our founding fathers than right now. But ooh, there's so many sheep. Cobra, you dismissed David Brown? Oh, why? We wanted to hear him in the Burr Review. It's fun when you put the gentleman on speaker. Smile money. Salad makes Eric grumpy. David, I break his rooster beak. I'll break his rooster beak. You know, I'm just trying to get... If it wasn't funny, I would have dissed Jeremy or called him right back. Because now, here we are, a minute or an hour and 20. Kevin Hartman, I saw... This admin is a complete disgrace. Yes, complete. McLean, hey Eric, I was watching Cobra earlier, and you know what? Dude's kind of rugged, and I like that. What are all these feelings I'm feeling, Eric? It's called gay. Sharky says, it's all natural. Go with the flow. McLean, sometimes I think I'm just in love with love. Sharky, love is all you need. McLean, Eric, I have to call you out once again. You own scopes twice the cost of my ACOG. I think my ACOG was $1,300 with a LaRue tactical quick release mount. That's the Marine version. Call me. Would I bitch if someone gave me an ACOG? Probably not. But I just think it's an extremely overly expensive optic. I know. Whatever. Magic Dawn Wand. On the old English 800, I was promised a big titty white girl. I understand. I mean, it is a big titty white girl putting down that old English 800. JR10, JB Weld is the answer for fixing all things misaligned drilling holes. Thank you. Paul at PA Brew News. Just had a bottle of Willet bourbon. It was pretty damn awesome. As far as Redemption bourbon from Indiana, interesting. Wonder if they have a rack house in Kentucky as well to call its bourbon. These things I do not know. But that is a sweet ass. Thank you, Paul. Wade, I've learned about good ass always carries weight. Wade, Biden's brain died decades ago. Prove me wrong. EMT Railfan, cheers, Scott. Happy belated birthday up there. And Scott could say, thank you kindly, happy birthday, thank you too much. I think he'd say, thank you kindly, pard. EMT Railfan, if you're a smoker or someone who uses a lighter regularly, Zippo-type lighters are great. To put one in a bug-out bag, the fluid will have evaporated by the time you need it. I carry a peanut lighter in my EDC. It's a size of a keychain type pill bottle and refillable like Zippo and has O-rings to seal it and not evaporate the fluid. Sharky says, yeah, I totally agree. I have one of those little peanut lighters too. And with built-in carabiner attachment to my keys. My go-to lighter, though, is the P270 pocket torch made by Blue Flame. About the size of a large Bic lighter, but way better. Well, it better be, because you're really cool. I'll have to look into this peanut lighter thing, though. Sharky, 312, wearing some thick mag there. Shake it, baby. Then he says that sea carry is sweet. 80% project will be a JB Weld or a epoxy challenge. Make it a TikTok thing. Hashtag epoxy challenge. You might make a buck. Sharky, diet for the get home bag looks good to me. Now we can add food and drinks. I'd still lose the magnifier. The 65 MOA donut of death on the EOTech should be good enough for close-up and center dot good to 100, 200 yards for a man-sized targets. We're not bench resting Alice's sweet butt or brace. Sharky, large duffel bag wasn't 400 over here. Still expensive, but closer to 3. Got all 3 sizes, but buy once, cry once. Sharky, damn, the Cobra board is doing good. Well done, Cobra. H10 is a hit. Son of a bitch. H10 is a hit. Sharky, SH, wow. You got the outro, babes. Now I want sushi to go along with fish and shrimp curry I'm making, thanks. And I can say, hope you enjoy licking my lips. You like it? I'm just going to go with the little dude licking his lips, because you can imagine putting it on one of those sweet asses. Mr. 27, 69th. David, Booger was talking ill of me, Cobra. I know where he lives. Mike, cheers. Mike, fill the holes with JB Weld metal, let it cure for 2 full days, then re-drill the holes. Problem is, I don't have the jig for that. $18.40 Brewing Retro Gradient Double IPA, 8.7%. Hiding the alcohol good. It's drinkable, very drinkable. As far as an IPA goes, I'm actually kind of liking this one. I'd probably give this guy, a 9, which for me, given a IPA, a 9, and it's from Wisconsin, which most Wisconsin brews I'm not really a huge fan of. That's because the water sucks over there, even though in Superior you get it from the same place Duluth does, but I guess we just know how to filter out the taste of shit. She's got a mojito. Okay, going to the club. Then we're out of here. Bang! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 comments. Jeremy, when we talked about an AR-15 suppressor and you said, yeah, you want to save your hearing, it's not so much about that, it's about flash signature, not being seen. Well, that's why I usually stick the barrel up a libtard's ass. Flash suppressor. Harmarsh, cheers, clubbers. Salty. Naked club time. I gotta go pee my asparagus out. Yeah? Sent me the picture. Jeremy, the issue with the laser is range. If you sight it in at 50 yards, that's what it's good for. Trust me, I have experience. Well, if I put a laser on Alice, it's gonna be... I'm probably gonna make it for 25 yards. Anything beyond that, yeah. Jeremy, mandatory cocaine at work would almost convince me to get the poison. Haha, just kidding. Smile money. Damn, I was just about in the heaviest rain I can remember. Wife needed extension cords at work during a hurricane remnant storm. Tornado warning as well. They're making takeout food in the dark. Laugh out loud. Wow. Stay safe, my brother. Again, I don't. You'll hear me say this, so I don't. We can talk politics. We can talk politics all we want, and I disagree. So we conveniently agree to disagree on a lot of things, but it doesn't fucking change that you're my brother, and I'm disappointed that the whole thing with getting out to visit Pete, visit you, do a little shooting before your home range closed, that whole thing sucked. Sharky, cheers, all in the club a minute ago. Holy shit. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. What the fuck are you even doing up? Okay, Sharky stands as the last comment. Guess I'm gonna go have a Philly cheesesteak. I have not had bread. I have not had French fries. I have not had potato. I don't know. I know how I feel about that. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Cheers.